Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, family. Thank you for joining for our Wednesday night Bible study. I am Robert Stroger, pastor of New Life Changing Christian Center. Next to me is my lovely wife, Robin.
Good evening, family. Good morning, good afternoon, whenever you're watching.
And we got the awesome couple online.
Woo woo!
The Thompsons. Did I say it right?
Oh my goodness. Just say it right there.
I wanted to do that.
Y'all just gonna be the Thompsons.
Thompsons. We got beautiful Najee and Mr. Marcus with us tonight.
Woo.
Yeah. Say hello, family.
Hi.
Hey. So for the last couple of weeks, we've been having discussions about relationships and friendships. Now tonight, I think it's our third week, right? So we're gonna end it on marriage. So let's talk about marriage a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna read the scriptures and we're gonna jump right in. All right, guys, we good?
We good.
Let's see what we can do. I hope you guys can see and hear us clearly. All right, let's read for a minute. Let's see how we're gonna put this on the screen. All right, bam, there we go. All right, let's read for a second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Matthew 19. We're gonna start with verse 1. This is Jesus. Now, when Jesus had finished these sayings, he went away from Galilee and entered the region of Judea beyond the Jordan. And large crowds followed him, and he healed them. And Pharisees came up to him and tested him by asking, "Is it lawful to divorce one's wife for any cause?" He answered, "Have you not read that he who created them from the beginning made them male and female, and said, therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother, and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man separate." They said to him, "Why did Moses command one to give a certificate of divorce and send her away?" He said to them, "Because of your hardness of heart, Moses allowed you to divorce your wives, but from the beginning it was not so. Mm-hmm. And I say to you, whoever divorces his wife, except for sexual immorality, and marries another, commits adultery." The disciples said to him, If such is the case of the man with his wife, it is better not to marry." But he said to them, I'm reading this, is so funny because it's just like, when we read the Bible. All right, we'll talk about it later. But he said to them, not everyone can receive this saying, but only those to whom it is given. For there are eunuchs who have been so from birth, and there are eunuchs who have been made eunuchs by men, and there are eunuchs who have made themselves eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. Let the one who is able to receive this receive it. Mm-hmm. So let's get back. Mm-hmm. Producer, can you pull that back? Never mind.
Oh,
I think I got it. Let's put the fan back on. So reading this is so interesting. Jesus was talking, and they asking Jesus a question, right? Mm-hmm. They were asking them, the followers of the law, right? So they're asking them questions. He's giving the answers, but then they still going on. People ask questions, but they're trying to be smart. And you're trying to say, well, what if this happens? You know what I'm saying? What if this? And Jesus answered it all the way through. But what was so powerful to me is Jesus, the way he was talking about honoring in the first, let's go back, honoring marriage, right? He said, have you not read that he who created them, talking about his father, talking about God, right? From the beginning made them male and female, right? And said, therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man separate. We're just gonna talk about that for a minute, family. And I want the Thomas. to talk about that, which is so
Mhm.
powerful to me, because in marriage and coming together as God has ordained it to be,
Mhm.
that as man and woman come together, they become one flesh. And he's like, what does that mean, one flesh? They become as one. They become yoked together. Should I use that word? Yeah, right.
Mhm.
As one mind and one
Mhm.
unit. That's so powerful.
Mhm.
You know, it's not separate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why when we were talking before last couple of weeks, we were talking about friendship.
Mhm.
Like you guys were saying, you guys are best friends, and we saying we are best friends too.
Mhm.
And I don't think sometimes it gets confused and people don't understand it, because when you come into a marriage, when you come into a unity as one and
Mhm.
sharing, right, each other, that's it. You become one. I'm trying to
Mhm.
get it out.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Mhm.
It's no separation. It's no like, well, he do that, that's what he do, or that's what she do.
Mhm.
I remember, Marcus, you were talking about how you I think you said it last week or week before, when we talk about friendship, you know when situations is going on with Najee,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know when things are not right, and
Mhm.
Najee vice versa, right? Because you are becoming one.
Mhm.
I wish I had
Mhm.
more deep words, Marcus, to explain.
It's no deeper way. When you know,
uh,
you know. I mean, it's you know, it's no deeper words. There's no deeper way to say that.
but it's
God said it
right. You
real
become
clear.
one.
Mm-hmm.
It's no separation.
Mm-hmm.
And when God puts it together, can't no man separate
That's
it.
true.
That is so cool, right? Did we ever ponder on that scripture?
Mm-mm.
That when God puts it together,
Mm-hmm.
not man puts it together.
Mm-hmm.
When God puts it together,
Right.
no man can separate it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not based on the world's values.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Robin coming together, it wasn't based on the world's values. It wasn't based on what we were looking at something to,
Mm-hmm.
to emulate.
Mm-mm.
It was just us coming together first as friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And coming together as
Mm-hmm.
one. And we didn't have nobody else outside interfering in us.
Correct.
We
Yeah.
were the ones that were pulling this together,
Mm-hmm.
allowing God to do his work, but we were doing the work to keep, you know what I'm saying? To pull it
Mm-hmm.
together. It was nobody else.
Right.
We didn't have an influence from mom, dad,
Mm-mm.
or nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody this, oh, well, you should do this. You should do
Mm-hmm.
this way, you should treat her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Robin, and this way
Mm-hmm.
she is. We didn't have none of that.
Or nobody saying, you know, I'm not kind of feeling that. I mean, people would say it, but it didn't matter.
It didn't matter, right?
Mm-mm.
Because you know what you know.
Mm-hmm.
We knew what we knew.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt so fluid, like
Mm-hmm.
it felt so organic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we didn't have to fight.
Yeah, and I feel like for lack of better words, and you guys jump in, please jump in anytime. But I feel like I didn't have real control over it.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like the feeling, even when I met him, like inside of me, I couldn't wait to see him again. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what is that about? Whoa, 'cause I don't do all that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but so I knew it was something different. And when God is in it, because it's set apart, right? It's totally set apart. It was like nothing else that I had ever experienced. I mean, just on the first meet. I ain't talking about all the other stuff. I'm just talking about first meet, just our conversations. You know what I'm saying? The vibe that we was feeling and all. And I was like, what the world is this? You know what I mean? And then you just try to ignore it and act like it's not there. And then you be like, okay, shoot. You know what I'm saying? In the back of your head, and I mean, it's just so yeah, it's just I feel like, when you said no man can control it, not even we could control that.
Yeah.
We were walking and being guided by him and allowed him to guide it.
Mm-hmm.
But we really had no control over it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so different. It was, that was the thing that was different for me. It was like nothing that I had ever experienced.
Yeah, that's interesting. You said when you saw him once, you had to see him again.
Mm-hmm.
When we first started becoming friends, building that foundation, we used to be on the phone all night. We fall asleep on the phone together, and like on FaceTime video chat. We had Androids back then, so like Google Duo and stuff like that. So
Boo.
right, I woke up the pictures of me sleeping, like, huh? What happened? That she was on the phone the whole time, right? Take a picture of him, like, yo, I watched you sleep type thing. And I'm like, wait, hold up now, right? You get her from the phone, you couldn't have hung up. No, she was like, we couldn't pull each other apart. So this was like, I think we did like every day. Even when she was at work, she's on the phone with me. Like, you supposed to be at work, right? Why are you not working, doing your job? I need to hear your voice today, right now. So we would talk throughout the day. Like I said, poetically speaking, if you know, you know.
Right.
That's it.
That's it. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Right.
Yeah. And when you get it, you be like, I got it.
That's right.
I know that. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's so real.
That's it. Right. It's no words really can describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's out of your control, like you said. Mm-hmm. You had no control over it. Like it was like it was so fluid and it blended together and it felt good. Like it feels so good that you don't want to mess it up. You don't want anything to interfere and you don't want to hear no outside words. Right. You don't want to hear no negative talk telling you what you shouldn't. And even with myself, like I think I've shared this before, like I wasn't going to marry nobody with kids and all, you know what I mean? I didn't want to deal with blended families because I had, Bradley and Robin, with Jeremiah, Jalen, and Ebony. I didn't want, you know what I'm saying? That's too much. No, that's too much. But it was so, that was my picture in my head before. So I had painted this picture of what was the yays and the nays. You know what I'm saying? But when God is in it, see, all that wipes out. You know what I'm saying? All that superficial stuff wipes out. And he blends it together and then he changes. You'll see how you can make it work. But even if it is a little conflict there, you're like, I'm gonna work around it. There's a way we can, this is going to work.
Because it's so important.
Right. It's important. Right. Right. It's a priority. First, because of the friendship that we have, the bond that we had created. Right. And we wasn't going to allow nobody to interfere in it. This is what we're going to do. And I felt like, okay, we gotta, you know how you gotta guard something?
Yeah.
Like I gotta guard this. Like I can't let this be messed up. I'm not gonna let nobody outside interfere. I'm not going to be interfered, distracted by anyone else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not, none of that's going to interfere. I hear all of this stuff about, what you do in a marriage. You hear all the negatives. You hear that from older people. And I heard it, right? I heard it. This way women are, this way this. I didn't listen to none of that. Right? I heard it when one ear, you listen to something go out the other ear. I'm like, okay, that's what they deal with. But I'm not dealing with this.
Right.
That's not going to be my life.
Right.
That's your life. You know what I'm saying? That's what you dealt with. You're not going to put that on me. You know what I'm saying? Just because you have walked through that, that doesn't mean, because I'm unique.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm one off. My fingerprint ain't like yours. So this relationship is totally different. This is going to be different, right? Not even processing that God is doing it until later. I didn't really even process that. How God was in it so much that I was like, wow, this is really cool.
It is.
Right. And like I said before, I had a lady ask me at work, she saw the ring. She said, you married? How you like marriage? I said, I love it. It's cool. She said, yeah, it is cool. It's cool, right? Because you get so much negativity. You get so much negativity out of marriage. And
I mean, you said something interesting. Actually, I forgot what you said, but I know the point I was trying to make. But when you said you had, we do these, prerequisites in our head, like this is what it has to be. This is, you didn't want this. It's, this person's got to be tall and skinny, or they got to be this, they got to be cut up, they got to do this, they got to do that, no children, got a job, bugga, 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 bugga. You know what I'm saying? We have all this list, and I mean, we just kind of do that. But I'm gonna tell y'all right here and right now, that joint don't work. You understand? Because God gives you what you need. When you allow God to totally control your life, right? He will give you what you need, and it's totally opposite of what your list contains. And you know what I'm saying? But it's still amazing because God knows who you are. He created us, right? He created us, so he knows what he put in us. You understand? Because he put it in us. He made us this way. So he knows the inner of us, and the inners that we try to, or that have been, let me say, I don't want to say we try to hide them, because you just may not know, because it's been covered and smothered by society and the world and what people think, and your coming, your raisings and what people tell you, and you know what I'm saying, it's just been smothered. But God created us. He's the creator of us. So he knows you don't really need that. This is what you need right here. You understand what I'm saying? And then when it comes together, then you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't even imagine myself without this, because it becomes like you know how magnets come together, like it just comes together. And I mean, it's just like, oh, I see you, boom, you know what I'm saying? And it just comes together, and you're like, oh shoot, that go together, and it's just, it's amazing. It really is amazing. But I just, it's so important to understand that, and it was a thing that I actually processed just here recently. Like, hey, God knew the inside of me that I didn't even really know, that I had never met. You understand? Because I was raised to be this, because this is what we do over here. You understand what I'm saying? But in actuality, that's not what I like.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't what made me be who God made me be. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you feel what I'm saying? Najee,
Yeah.
you get me?
Yeah, I did, because like when Rob said that he didn't want to like marry anyone that had kids, I didn't believe in marriage at first. But now you see, what? Now you see that I'm married. It's just that in my head, I just thought that if I wanted to leave a relationship, or if anything happened, I should feel comfortable with leaving without like an attachment. Just
An attachment.
like a safety net. Like, I don't have to stay here if I feel that I'm not wanted, but in return, like you say, God knows what you need and versus what you want. And what I needed was someone that was going to like protect me and listen to me, and like just show me that it's okay to be myself. And that's what I got. Not someone who's like you said last time, start to grow and they start to get a little jealous because they don't want you to grow. Not someone that's going to look at you and be like, well, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like the way you dress like that. And if you wear your hair like that, that's not okay. I have someone who says that is okay to do that. It's okay to be yourself. And if you don't like that, you don't have to do it. If that's not something that you're comfortable with, or I'm here for you if you want to talk, or I'm going to pray for you. So that's what I needed. But I didn't know that. I just thought I just needed someone that was like lost, and no, that didn't work out.
Right. Because it's what, sort of like what you feel you need, or what you've seen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just like you said, look, I need to be able to run if I need to run, because that's what I do. I strap my sneakers and I book. You understand? You got to know that's who you are. But look what God did. Like, he was like, yeah, you you gonna slow that running down. You know what I'm saying? But but it was the fear. It was the fear. And then so you met this guy and he's like, oh shoot, he's making me feel real comfortable about being me. Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, it's just, it's hard to really describe. It really is, because it's, like Marcus said, when and that's in all relationships. Like if you have a genuine friend in someone, that person is different. Your relationship is different. And, it goes different with, in a marriage, because now say, if I had a, girlfriend that was like that now, but this is bringing me to a whole nother thought, because having having a best friend girlfriend, what I'm saying, it's different, but they are ordained in your life as well for seasons and times. You know what I mean? If the friend, even guy friend cannot grow with you, then sometimes, it doesn't mean any love loss, but you got to go. But the other thing was, when you have a friend and then you get into a marriage, because I've heard a lot of people say, and I just heard it this week, like, yeah, when I get married, I'm not going to have to change who I am. Well, I like to beg to differ, because you will change.
It will change you. And
I mean, it's not changing who I am.
No,
it will change.
Yeah, you will have to, because you're sharing an area, you're sharing space. But what's interesting in that is, when people do say that, because they're locked in, they're locked in, and this is what they're going to be, and they selfish, right? So they're saying this is what it's going to be, and that's it. And I was going back to what Najee said about she didn't want to get married. I didn't want to get married. I said I was never getting married, right? If it happens, it happens. I ain't tripping, right? I had no expectation. Robin didn't have no expectation. That's what's so awesome in it. See, when you come into this friend, you coming in genuine.
Yeah.
You don't have these lists of what it is. You have these requirements. And now, what's the term now? What you bring into the table. All that BSSS. It's annoying, because nobody is genuine. They're coming with, they have painted a picture of what it should be. That's why it never works, right? Those things never work, because you're painting a picture. And when God, now you can paint the picture and try to play that picture out. It just doesn't. It don't never finish like that picture you had in your head, right? No. That's in all walks of life, right? When God is in it, you can't paint no picture. You just go in it. Whatever happens.
That's true.
So it was no list. It was no order. Nope. It was no, this is what you should do, because this would have been women. It was none of that. That's what's so freeing in it, right? When you go to the freeing, you just drop all that off. We just gonna see how this thing rolls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just gonna see how this thing roll. I'm not worried about what nobody else is saying. I'm gonna get out of my way. Rob, calm down. Put your patience on and slow down. And we here, and we gonna ride this thing and enjoy it. Just let it be and let it flow. You know what I mean? And when people say all that other stuff, what they should is because they didn't grip themselves up, like sort of lock themselves up. So nothing is never going to be open or free. They can't receive or they can't give.
But they don't have an idea though. They have no idea.
Yeah, they do, but they don't want to relinquish that. It's a power. And this is what I am. And I got to hold on to this, because if I be vulnerable, then somebody going to take advantage of it. And in that, in letting things go, is you're vulnerable.
Yeah.
But in vulnerability, there's strength.
Yeah.
You're strong in being vulnerable. Like I see you guys, like Najee, being vulnerable, right? Because you ain't want none of that stuff. Because you had your track shoes on, you had the Nikes on, you ready. You had your
any moment. Got a backpack.
You waiting for the what's the pistol in the race to go? Yeah, start boost. You was gonna jet out. But you said, okay, I'm gonna sit, calm down. Now I'm gonna open myself up, right? And when you're vulnerable, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, watch how God moves. That goes back. I think I was talking about Sunday. Humbling yourself. Stop putting yourself way up here, like you the whatever you wrote. You flying around here with you the best of the best. You ain't gonna get nothing better than this. I'm the best. When you start doing that, that's automatic conflict.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's automatic situation. That's that automatic toxicity, right? Because it's gonna cause a bunch of chaos. We need to free ourselves from what the world has planted on us.
Yes.
And just let
That's
it go. We're
Mhm.
two human beings. Let's learn one another. Let's be friends. We ain't got to take our clothes off. Right? You know what I'm saying? Keep your drawers on. Discipline your mind.
Discipline. That's key.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Discipline yourself. And let's
That's
know
good.
this
That's
individual.
good.
Right? Let's know. And that is, and you can get so intimate in that. The intimacy is so powerful in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before bodies can start rubbing and grinding, before that even happens, getting to know the individual and the intimacy in that is so lovely, right? Because our minds is, oh, they like me, I'm gonna do this. We hopping in the bed. That disrupts the whole picture.
Yeah.
You understand? Because you haven't built nothing. You just went to that. Now what you did was pour out empty emotions. And now you all confused and discombobulated. Then when a person put the shoes on and go out the door, now you crying, now you hurt, now you thought that's what they do. Then you right back up to the same place you were. That means you locked up again.
Oh, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just let it go. Ain't it the song by Frozen?
Let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah.
And stop holding on and trying to grip something or hold like you got strength or you got the upper hand. You really don't, because you're showing your weakness. And if somebody sees your weakness, then a predator sees your weakness and they're gonna dig into that weakness. It's gonna crush you even more. Because now what you're doing is you're attracting the predator.
I was going to say, you always say you attract who you are.
You're attracting the predator, right? So it's predators out there for the. But see, when they see the open, vulnerable, strong individual, oh, I can't come at them like that. I can't run them games,
right?
Because they see me. They see everything I'm doing. They see all my moves. But the one that's putting up the so-called whatever they trying to put up this picture, oh, I can see straight through that. You know what I'm saying? I see the weakness. I see the vulnerability. Marcus, they got a box this big of the strength. They put it right here in front, but it's vulnerable all around. And the predator comes right in and he snaps and he or she kills that and pounces on that. And then you right back to square one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When you serve God, you're free, right? You're free because you're not being moved by what the world is saying. You're not being controlled or conducted or pulled. But what the statistics, what you're supposed to, this is what they say. This is what's happening now. This is the culture now. Okay, with my culture, we create our own culture. You know what I'm saying? We create our own culture in this house. I'm not trying to match nothing to be cool to someone else. No.
This right here need to match.
Yeah.
Right. And it's authentic. Oh, I can't get the
authenticity.
Word. Yeah. Authenticity. Being true and being honest. And stop lying to yourself. You know what I mean? I even heard of marriages where they sleep in separate bedrooms. And that's their business. I don't agree with it because that makes no sense.
Right.
Why am I saying we're not roommates? You know what I'm saying? Why are we in different bedrooms? Because you don't want me to see you at a certain time?
Right.
Then why are we
you
together?
Don't feel like being bothered with me at times?
That doesn't make any sense.
Why are we doing this then?
I need to go on and leave the house.
Correct.
You keep your own house, I keep mine.
There
and
you
we
go.
get separated.
Right.
But I don't understand. I just don't understand it. I'm not knocking it, but I just don't understand it because you're still blocking. Yeah. I can't. There's no way I could be with Robin and she's blocking and she's putting up walls. Then I'm like, you're doing your own thing. You got a lot to hide. You're trying to hold on to a bunch of stuff, and that's tiresome, right? You know what I mean? That's tiresome. When I'm trying to communicate you and you blocking just as well as myself. You won't communicate, you're blocking.
Right.
You're giving me generic talk. And I don't
oh God.
I can't do it.
Yeah, that's
and I think me and Marcus talked about I can't be fake when I'm talking to someone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I gotta be myself. And if I see you BSing, I gotta leave you alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you come around people, you gotta put the fake smile on. Because they always say, right, you got a mug on your face. Oh, do I? Because I can't, I'm trying to, because I don't like it. And I don't like your attitude.
Because I don't like
I don't like what you're giving. And you phony, you fake, and you being mean and nasty. So I can't smile back with you. Because then that to me, that I'm coming in agreement with your mess and your nonsense.
Yeah.
I can't come into agreement with your mess.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm gonna give you, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't come in agreement with BS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what that came with right here. Because when we first went out,
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Nah, Rob, you're not gonna be the cutesy patoosie.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be regular,
Yeah.
right? Just like you were saying, Marcus, before. I want you regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't give me the facade. Don't give me the work voice. I don't need the professionalism. We ain't doing all that there.
Right.
We two people. Let's talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And let me know you. You gonna know me, right? Because I'm being myself.
And the most powerful thing was, look, like you ain't got to do all that. And I know, I'm not knocking it, ladies. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, I just thought it was very precious for myself. But he was like, look, you ain't got to put all that on. You ain't got to put no makeup on. We going to the grocery store. We just going to the restaurant. We just, listen, it's me and you. It doesn't matter what others think. I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
And I think you're beautiful like this. Right. And though I may have wanted the makeup and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And in actuality, I was covering up stuff, my insecurities or the things that I didn't like about my face or whatever. Maybe I had blemishes or, something going on. But like when he said that, like that thing penetrated me and I was like,
yeah,
right. Because then I started thinking like, okay, so I'm not going to be able to do this if we decide to be together. You know what I'm saying? And that was the thing. Like, in hindsight, I see how God was working and how it was it was unfolding. It was unfolding because he does give you glimpse. You know what I'm saying? But I knew at some point we would be together. I was like, I know we're going to be together. I don't know when, I don't know how this thing going to work out, but I just knew it was something because it was different. But when he would say certain things, it hit me different. Like it ignited me. It ignited something, and it didn't make me I didn't feel like you are not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me not to wear makeup. I'm going to wear makeup when I feel like it. I'm going to put these heels on when I didn't get I didn't get that energy. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, okay, you know what? You're right. I feel good like this. Okay, we good. Can we go? He's like, yeah, let's roll out. You know what I mean? And it was just, I was like, man, that is so precious. But it all made me look in the mirror at me. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't even saying it, but he just saying, hey, you're beautiful to me.
Yeah.
Give me the raw face. Put your sneakers on. You got some sneakers? Okay, we're gonna get you some sneakers. You know what I mean? And we're gonna give you some jeans and a sweatshirt. You don't have no dress clothes. He said all your clothes are church clothes. We're gonna find you some jeans and some sweatshirts. And I was like, oh my gosh, you are right. Like it was just so crazy because I started processing myself and I'm like, this guy is seeing through my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he's taking the time to see through the stuff and see, okay, she got little insecurities about this. She got, I always had this thing that I wanted these really long legs, like Cheryl's. And but I never had them. And so I used to so wearing skirts to me took away that I had these little short stumpy legs. And he was like, no, you're wearing jeans. No. You know what I mean? And I was like, but anybody else would have said certain things to me like that. And before, like, why are you wearing that lipstick? You don't have to wear that. I'm like, who are you? And stop talking. You know what I mean? But that energy never came up. That energy was never there to, when he would say those things, like, Rams, don't put all that on. It was never there. So I knew it was coming from a genuine place, to say you are good.
Yeah.
And I heard God in it. Like it, I heard God speaking because he uses anybody and anything to speak to you. You understand? Like we forget that piece. God is God, and he can use anybody he wants. And so when he would say things to me, it would hit me in my spirit. And I'm like, why am I still processing this in this next Saturday? You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole week later. You know what I'm saying? And so you can tell, I mean, you know the difference. Like, listen, you're going to know the difference. There is a difference because there's certain things that God knows about you that no one else knows. And that person, your person that has been created for you, you know, may not even, he don't know it, but he's being used by God. She's being used by God. You understand what I'm saying? Just like this situation right here. I mean, like, who
Yeah.
knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? I mean, in any situation, you know, not just you, but you know, everybody's a one-off. But I'm just saying, in every situation, like God knows, He knows you and the other person. Remember, He created. It's like He created me. He created Rob. You understand what I'm saying? And so, oh my God, like you know the difference. It hits different.
Yeah.
The words hit different. You understand? The feelings hit different. The vibe hits different. You know, you hitting different. You thinking and processing different. And so then you like, oh shoot. All right, now I'm gonna ride this wave.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, like you said, our situation, like, Lord only knew. Because I was in a space where I was like, this is going to be me. I'm going to ride the thing out solo. I'm going to figure it out as I go along. And God was like, nah, bro, have a seat at that table over there. Right? Have a seat there. And turn your head to the left. And slow down. Right? This literally playing out. Turn your head to the left and slow down. He said, and keep and got your head around. I did just that at that table. Right? She was walking past. Right at that table, right? But like you said about the hiding behind the securities, like I can speak for me. I had a lot, right? And he was like, "Nah, you gotta strip that down." I was like, "You gotta strip that down because you can't hide it no more."
Mm-hmm.
Like I was at a bare place when I came out of my situation, and everything I was hiding behind was gone. They were like, "Why you ain't smiling no more? What am I gonna smile for?" Right? I was 3 years straight smiling, cheese. I'm okay, right? And I remember a friend of mine said, okay, there's a few that are shoulder broken, right? Okay, there's a few that are shoulder broken. I was like, no, man, don't make it out my face, man. You young, you know what this is talking about. And I sat in there for a while, right? Then God turned your head to the left and guided it around, right? This time I'm watching me walk past. He told me everything I had. He said to me, he said, if I can show you, see her for her when you meet her. Everything she had that was there. He said, look past that and see her. Right? Don't see the scars of pain. Don't see the blemishes or the security, the fears. See her. First and foremost, we'll get to that stuff later, but you have to see her for who she is. And then he allowed me to be in a still space and have patience. Me and Pastor Rob worked this for a long time. My patience was really thin. It was thinner than a needle and thread thing. It really thin. Right? But I worked on it because God was like, you have to have patience for this one. Right, she was running, but I was behind her. I was keeping pace. Right, I got your time. Your first lap was 13 minutes. Right, first lap 13 minutes. The next lap, I need time to shorten up a little bit. Right, because you're moving too fast. And you short your time. Right, so you got 13 minutes. I need to get about 18-minute first lap. Right, and go there, so on and so forth. That's what it's gonna be. And I did that for the time. And I was the guy. Why am I running behind her? She wants to run. Let her go. He said, you have to keep pace for her. Because then you show her that if she looks back, you're there for her. Right, and I was like, God, this girl can run. That's nice. You know, she can run, but and I'm not saying that to be malicious. Like this, what we endured. You know, like the scripture says, you become one flesh. Right? She ran, so I had to run with her. If we're yoked here, she's moving forward. I gotta move with her. We're evenly yoked, man. We're matched. So she's run. I have to run this race with her, show her that she's not in this alone, and vice versa. When I tell you this, my baby was running for me for a long time. She was like, "I got you." It was time to run. She had me on her back, literally. I was on her back, carry me to places, literally, right? Carry me to places, and I was like, "You got me." She had me. We were going for it, but he was showing us that, like you said, when we became one, We had one mind, one brain, one function. And not to say she's not a person. She is Najee, right?
Yeah.
I'm Marcus. We're still individuals, but we got married. That was like, okay, Marcus and Najee together, right? Now we're on the same page. We have the same momentum. We have the same thought process. We have the same way of working through things now. We sit down, we figure it out, right? We figured out that that your insecurity matches mine. So let's not merge them, but let's figure out how can we break them down, right? Because we can't carry them on, because that's stupid. Pastor Robert, he already called it. We said last week we dumb, right? I don't dumb and carry stupid stuff and say that's not gonna work. That's too much to carry. You know, it's foolish. So, but it's for me, the blessing was knowing, like you said, that God said this was this, and because He ordained it, I couldn't break it apart. She couldn't break it apart. No matter how much we may want to pull apart, the magnets right back together, right? And it was for us, it was with such force that no matter how much we tried to pull it, was just bouncing like the monkey clap with the cymbals.
Right.
The ting, ting, ting. Now, like, I'm just gonna figure this out. We're gonna sit.
Oh, that's good.
Right?
Yes.
You hungry? Let's go eat something. Figure this out.
Yeah.
But that's what we had to get to. That's for me. That's the beauty about marrying my best friend. Right? We go back to the first day. That's best friend. We figure it out. We sit down. We get mad. Go to your corner. Come back. Start again.
Yeah.
Right? Because even in yoke, we have to keep moving that same direction there. That's
powerful.
That is powerful. Oh my goodness.
That is very powerful. Awesome. And what's so amazing about it is how God puts two individuals together. You didn't come from the same mother, you know what I mean, from the same dad, whatever the incest, right? But the point is, you came from different walks of life.
Yep.
He placed you together, and y'all have one mind, and y'all are just one when it comes into marriage. That is so amazing. You got two backgrounds. You got two. You came out of two different households. The culture over there was different than yours. It was, you know what I mean. The dynamic is totally different. Things that have transpired, but when God places together and you come together with another human being, it is so. And as the scripture says, and Jesus stamped, He said, "Look, what did He say? He created them." Okay, He was talking about them. You know what's so funny? I like the way it was worded. He created it. Who's the creator? He put it together.
That's right.
So they stay together. That's just it.
That's it.
No man can separate it.
Right.
And when He put, and He. You see what He said? When He puts it together.
That's the piece.
Not when man puts it together. Right. Not when mommy or daddy say, "Yeah, I think that's the one for you." Or such and such friends that, I got somebody for you. Yeah. Come on over here and meet them.
Your best friend.
Not right. Your best friend trying to hook you up with somebody and this and that. Not when man tries to put it together, but when He puts together, no man, no human being or man can separate that bond. Yeah. You understand? That is so powerful. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
I just think it's amazing.
It is.
I just think it's amazing. Even in the beginning with Adam and Eve, the way God created and the picture was painted with the words, and you could see it, and how it's. I don't want to go too deep. We 43 minutes in. I said it was going to be that long. But how He created man and had man do what he. Male had him to do what he needed to do and this and that, but I needed the woman for the creation to start this whole process. You know what I'm saying? And I need that, and I'm gonna put y'all gonna be as one, but I need her to start this process. I need her to come out and get this thing running to start what is going to be. You know what I'm saying? What is going to be for Marcus and Najee, me and you, for us to be here. I need that to start. You know what I'm saying? And in that, I'm gonna show who I am and the purpose of this, right? It's so powerful.
It's so powerful.
We could go so many different ways, but I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
Right before I go down another road. I don't want to do that. Yeah. But in that, it's so powerful. And going back to what Marcus was saying, he was right there with her. And you want to be as one flesh. And like myself, if I'm comfortable and I'm relaxed, you should be comfortable and relaxed too. one shouldn't be tensed and the other one is relaxed,
Right.
or vice versa.
Right.
If I'm relaxed, then you gonna be chill.
Mhm.
If you chill, then I'm gonna be chill.
Mhm.
If something is anger you, then we're gonna calm that down, or we both gonna be angered and we're gonna kill the situation and we're gonna chop the
Right.
situation down. But we're not gonna be angry at each other, we're gonna be angry at the situation.
Right.
We're gonna kill the situation, right? We're gonna be as one,
That's right.
right?
Right.
I'll be asking around, I say, you crying?
Right.
What you crying for?
Yep.
what we crying for?
Right. Why we crying?
Why we crying? Right? Because we just one. Why we crying?
Right.
Because we ain't gonna be crying.
Right.
Because whatever the situation is, we're gonna stop this situation,
That's
right?
That's
if
right.
it's causing disturbance,
Mhm.
and we're gonna clean it up. And that's what's so amazing in the marriage
Yeah.
and the unity that God has created. I know you can have a friend,
Mhm.
a best friend outside that's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
married.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once it comes to marriage between a
Yeah.
man and a woman,
It's
that's
just,
something
it
totally
just changes.
different.
It flips stuff.
That's totally different than you say
Yeah.
that's my best friend.
Yeah.
Best friend. End of the song. That's the song
Yeah.
about my.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Some little
music.
song. Yeah.
But
It ain't-
then, but how about the song? He was in love with the best friend.
what
You
was
see what I'm
it?
saying? And I think he ended up being with the best friend. So that's what I'm saying. His best friend was his wife.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So still, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It ain't gonna work.
If God ain't in it, ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna.
And what's so powerful is it's needed.
Mhm.
Our minds, I'm talking about males, are this way, right? And y'all's is this way.
Mhm.
But it's needed for the balance.
Mhm.
That's why it becomes one, because there's a balance in it and it's perfection.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need this. This showed me patience,
Mhm.
calmness, right? And not being so angry and just soften up,
Mhm.
right? And stop being so,
Mhm.
not caring. And this
Mhm.
coming together broke down the unselfishness
Mhm.
and all that stuff. It's just okay. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
It's just so powerful.
It does. It breaks
It's
down.
amazing
Mhm.
how he puts us together and how he created us as human beings and what are our purpose. And
Mhm.
it's amazing.
Oh
Now, I
my
did go
God.
further in that verse. We ain't gonna talk about it tonight. Everybody ain't meant to be married. That's just fact. Everybody's not meant to be married. If you're not married,
yeah,
it's not gonna. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't want to talk about that right now, but we can
Right.
maybe talk about that later. But
right.
if it's not happening, it's not just not. And once you settle with it and you're comfortable with it,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, and allow God to move.
Mm. Yeah.
It's powerful. It's powerful. Everybody's not meant to be
Mhm.
in that. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Some just
mhm.
can't. I think Paul was like that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So it is what it is, but it's a
Mhm.
beautiful thing.
It's a
If
beautiful thing.
you're
And you
in
know
it,
and you know it,
and you know God
when
is
you
in
know
it, and God is taking full control of it, and I know man ain't taking no
Mhm.
control over
Mm-mm.
this. We ain't got
but when God is in it, you don't even. It's not even a question.
no
Nobody,
question.
what nobody say it doesn't even matter. When it used to, it don't even matter. Like you be like, yeah, nah.
It doesn't matter. And
It's
God
natural.
works out.
It's a natural thing, right?
Yeah, and he works everything out.
Uh-huh.
It's just so cool.
I love it.
Don't nobody need no counseling or nothing. I'm not against it.
Right.
But he works it out.
He does.
Am I right?
That's what the counsel gonna tell you.
Because y'all know each other.
Right.
Isn't that amazing? Like, it's just so powerful. Okay.
That is powerful.
We 50 almost 50 minutes. We supposed to be on 30 minutes. But it's so I love talking. I love the discussion because it's so powerful when you see God work and allow him to work.
Yeah.
And drop yourself, humble yourself, allow yourself to be vulnerable. And that's the only way you can get closer to God. Is the
strength in that.
What?
Knowing that.
I'm telling you, let it go. Because you don't care what the outside world thinks. You don't care what somebody outside your home thinks about what's going on. It's my home.
Yeah.
God gave me this. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of it. Stop trying to peek through the window and try to figure it out. You go over there and figure out your own in your own, like what you said last week, Marcus, in your own little box. Yeah, go over there and sit down and figure that one out. But don't stop peeking through these windows trying to figure it out. You can't.
Right.
Because it's past your understanding.
That's
God
it.
has did it.
Oh man.
Right. Stop trying to put words on it. Stop trying to put it in a box. Stop trying to put this situation in a box. Because this ain't in no box.
Nah.
This ain't in the
It's
box.
wide open.
Right. So also with the Thomases.
Thomases.
Just the Thomas family.
Thomas family. There you go. All right, family.
Any final words, Thomas family? We thank you so much for joining us
Yes.
and taking y'all time for the last 3 weeks.
Appreciate it. Love it.
Thank y'all so much. I think you guys are super adorable
Thanks.
as a couple. I know we've watched you grow, and you're such a powerful, powerful team. And I know, they out here, they be saying, what they be saying? We're a power couple. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about powerful in God just by your presence. You understand what I'm saying? And then individually and collectively. So I'm so grateful that you're in my life. I'm glad God put us in the same paths to meet and to be together. It's just powerful. And I love you guys. I appreciate you. And nothing but peace and blessings to your marriage, to your home. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so much. It's so much happening over there. It's so much brewing. And I can't wait to see.
Yeah. I would say that it's okay to how would I say it? Like if you've been in a situation where you've been hurt before and you're not sure if that was if marriage is something that you want to do, it's okay to take time out for yourself and understand who you are as a person. But just understand that when you do meet the person that is for you, that God gives you, you won't have to worry. You don't have to stress about anything. It's a lot of freedom that comes with it. So, and I would just say to keep that in mind because we all have that inner child that wants to be healed and that wants to be loved and show different things. But if you don't open yourself up to the person that God has for you, how would you know what that healing looks like? That's all.
That was good. That was good.
Boom.
That was good. That was awesome. Awesome. Awesome, family. Awesome. All right, y'all. I thank y'all so much. I hope someone heard something and got something out of these last couple of weeks. Such a good discussion. Awesome. We're going to do something similar again.
Yeah.
I love talking about this. I love it. Because you know, right, Marcus?
Right.
But it's something that's needed to be talked about.
It is. Because there's a lot of
authenticity.
It's a lot of opinions and feelings those out there, right? That's not speaking truth or facts, just speaking on emotional side, right? Yeah, or speaking from hurt and pain. You know what I mean? Yeah, and haven't been healed, and you get a lot of false stuff, and that's coming out and confusing people and stressing people because there's so much online that's, oh man, people wore out. You wore out from listening to the nonsense online.
Yes, Lord.
Yes. All right, family. Love you guys. Love you, family. Thank you for joining once again, and we will be back here next week at the same time, right? 8:15.
8:15 next Wednesday.
Yes. So please join us on our media sites, which is
Oh, we ain't have them up today.
Producer, you ain't put your stuff up.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But it's newlifechangingcc.org, so please go to the webpage and all the information is there. Love you. Thank you for joining. All right. Y'all be blessed.
Sorry.
Have a good night. Or good morning, good afternoon.